Diamonds in the sky, money on the stage.
I don't know who they coming in.
For me, you see the ball. Alright, y'all, I want to welcome y'all to my first ever podcast.
They on there.
DC Son's first ever podcast. I have here my dad, Jimmie Walker, aka Jimmie Black, my uncle Speedy Jones here. Want to put together this podcast to highlight the original history of DC basketball. You know what I'm saying? There's been a lot of talk in the past years about basketball in this area, and I think a lot of people must understand, you know, DC is where it started. DC is actually the mecca for everything. Basketball, fashion, arts, whatever, you know what I mean? So I thought it was a great time for us to start something like this, but I can't kick nothing off around basketball if I don't do it with my dad first. And so, can y'all introduce yourselves, man? Hey, look, and just so y'all know, man, these dudes don't do this. This is the first time they ever did this. So.
Pretty much, man. I want it. Dead or alive.
Oh man, what you man?
Man, I mean, you know,
Nobody
this is
knows.
why I'm doing this, you know, because my son, I don't really do this type of social media type stuff. You know, I'm one of them guys that fly on the radar, you know, and just sit back and watch. So this is a rare occasion, probably the only occasion that I ever do this. It's for
You
you, son.
understand?
Appreciate you, Dad.
Man, they got me crying already. Shit ain't right.
They said, speak up, Black. Speak up. They couldn't hear you.
Okay, well, like I just said,
No, don't do that.
Who the mic go?
Yeah,
Talk to the
that's
mic.
something that I really do. And I ain't no loud person. Most people that do know me, I don't do a lot of talking. So I mean, for me to do this is just because my son asked me to do it. I've been asked on several other occasions, but I only chose to do it because he asked me. But we can, you know, chop it up a little bit, talk about, you know, my perspective, Speedy's perspective on DC basketball. It's a lot of great players that came through this area. A lot of guys that, you know, people don't know about. You know, just guys that, you know, didn't do the right thing as far as school. There's a lot of street dudes that, you know, really can hoop, play basketball. Those are guys I respect. I respect my peers, the guys that I played with. Not the guys that's, you know, just getting into this shit. Ain't really done this shit. Probably, what do you think, Jones, the Urban Coalition?
yeah, that's probably one of the main spots. See, we didn't have the AAU circuit that they have now, that they get to know the
Broad, Verizon, yeah.
So one thing was that, you know, we either played in high school, either Jealous, Silverware Friends, or the Urban Coalition. You know what I'm saying? Them was probably the main three coming up there. Then you had the Berry Farm, the neighborhood league that went on before,
Exactly.
like where everybody went.
They should have their own little neighborhood joint where, you know, you played at. I mean, because back then, I mean, you just couldn't go anywhere and just play basketball. I mean, like now you got trainers and stuff like that, but back then we just played basketball, you know.
7 in the morning, 12 midnight.
Yeah, we traveled, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, back then, I mean, at certain times, certain people couldn't get on the floor. So when the bump was thick, certain guys couldn't play. So let me correct my language. But yeah, certain guys couldn't play.
So you saying like now anybody just get out there and hoop, whereas though back in the days if you couldn't play, you wasn't on the court.
You would come in the gym.
It's at certain times, in certain places, you couldn't come in the gym. It ain't had nothing to do with hoop.
Miles said y'all flat out, Speedy and that. Miles said,
Hey, Snapper! Snapper, they called me out, man. My wife cooked lamb tonight. You know, Snapper? Yeah. Got meat on the line. I don't appreciate these tight jeans in front of me, though.
So I like that. So y'all basically saying like, was it basketball or was it just certain guys? What?
All I can say was like, you had to have a level of respect when you came in the gym. Like some guys that could play, but if they ain't had that respect, they couldn't get on the court.
Oh,
Because at certain times, guys that was playing, we ain't had no jobs. No regular 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And that's where you got your best bump at, because then nobody care about if you played at
James
a
Allison,
Georgetown or something like that. That didn't matter.
On my fault.
You know, Georgetown or Maryland or college basketball, because in certain cuts where the bump was where guys went was, I guess now you guys do a lot of talking and stuff like that. All you heard was tennis shoes squeaking, because back then, if it was some talking, it was something happening.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, God? You know, but now everything has changed now. I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's a different era. I respect it, but back then, you know, you knew who was who. You know what I'm saying? You know, if that supposed to been the guy, then I'm trying to go play over there. But it was pickup ball. You know what I'm saying? With no leagues like now, it's pickup ball. You know what I mean? So
He's sugarcoating. I ain't sugarcoating, no. I'm telling like it is.
Go ahead, John.
Man, if you couldn't hoop, man, or you wasn't a friend of a hooper, you wasn't coming in the gym.
Yeah.
It's different. Man. It's different. It ain't totally the same. They don't play outside no more. That's a lot, man. It's a lot.
Yeah, you guys now, y'all don't play outside. That's all we had was out, because we didn't have as much access that guys have today to gyms. No, we played outside. You know, some of the best bump that we got was actually outside. You know, you had like guys was really bringing bags to bet on games. You know what I'm saying? You know, you might come, guy got a bag of money, a bag of something else under the bench, and y'all playing basketball. That's what I say. Everybody couldn't play back then in certain spots.
And not only that, that friendship, now they more buddy.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna check you. Nah, let me get him, man.
Yeah, we checking each other.
Yeah.
We checking each other.
Yeah, checking. And they know now they more buddy. They
Yeah, I ain't gonna check him, that's my man.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm checking him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got him.
They
'Cause I'm
more-
trying to see,
they
you
more
know,
friends.
if they saying he the nigga, and then I wanna check him.
Yeah.
You know, he gonna check me. And after that, we cool. You know what I'm saying? So if he bust my ass that night, nigga, I can't sleep till the next time we come back next Tuesday.
Yeah.
I gotta check him again.
You know what we call it? Bust your buddy.
Bust your buddy.
How many buddies you bust?
Pause.
Oh.
There they go. There they go.
Nah,
Oh, there they go. There they go. I'm about to, you know, they made more machine guns than they made Uzis.
You busting your body to take your shot.
So let me ask y'all this. So, based off like y'all generation, y'all era, like, do y'all think playing outside gave y'all that edge or that toughness that's missing?
I think, like I said, as far as like now you train. Most of the thing now is training.
Right.
Not knocking training, because like I say, basketball has evolved. Guys are more skilled now. But back then, at that time, we didn't have a trainer.
Right.
So you learn by doing. So back then, you had to get out there and hoop. You had to play pickup ball. You know, you learn basically how to play basketball by playing pickup basketball. You know what I'm saying? Now you learn how to play basketball by a trainer. And then hopefully somebody can implement or put that dog in you. You see what I'm saying? So it's because us guys back then, we have kids now, so you want to give your kid a better situation than you had. So it's kind of like a two-headed sword where you give him more than what you had, but at the same time, he lose that hunger. So it's crazy, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, in that aspect, you know, what do you think, Joe?
We went from court to court. As I can remember back then, we didn't go in no gym, running around no cones, shooting fadeaway, step back, all that. We didn't do all that. We went from gym, nigga, Tucker Road, Peppermill, every spot, outside spot, Red Road, High, North Brentwood, we played in the spot. It never was really a workout. As far as like working out, shooting.
With no skill work,
with no
you
skill
just bump.
Yeah,
You learn on the fly, you know, playing basketball. You know what I mean?
Played all day, but it's different now.
I mean, but I tip my hat to guys that's, you know, playing now. You know, like I said, it's a different era. It's a whole different type of basketball. You know what I'm saying? So I can't take nothing away from the guys that's playing now or the guys that played before me. I'm just speaking on during my era how we played.
Right.
That's all I can give you is my perspective on how we played.
So that goes to my next question. Can you share some of the stories playing basketball, like speaking on directly like when you was a young dude growing up in DC? Like, how was it like for you? Like,
Okay. To answer that question, it's like, okay, let me say this. Okay, what's crazy to me now when I sit back and just watch the dynamics of kids today. Like when we play, some of the guys out here that may be watching, they understand that, Slim, we didn't have no water. We pulled to the side of somebody's house, open up the faucet, and drank out the faucet for water. So you might play for you might play from 3 o'clock in the evening to 8 o'clock at night without no water. But it wasn't no heat strokes, wasn't no guys passing out. That was just normal. So I don't know if it's the food, the medicine, or what that we taking now that bodies are changing, the global warming, I don't know. But now it's like different now, you know what I'm saying? You have to travel with a bottle of water. Like you guys now, y'all got a pair of shoes to go to school, a pair of shoes to walk in the gym, a pair of shoes to play basketball inside. For the few that happen to go outside, they got a different pair. So we had one pair of shoes, and that was for all 5 categories. So that's just what it is. It was totally different now, man. Like I said, you had to make a choice between, going out there getting a pack or trying to go play basketball. They were like right there, and you had to pick. It was on some instances where you had the older guys saying, "Nah, shorty, you got a talent, you might need to go." But then you like some guys, or even your boys saying, "Slim, man, I made $300 today." You down there shooting around, then you need to come and try to get some of this money. So you had a choice right now. Now you guys, they don't come outside. You guys, if it's raining, you go inside. We stayed outside, whether it's raining, whether it's snowing, we was outside. You know what I'm saying? Now it's different. But like I said, I can't talk negative about it. I'm just doing a comparison because we're in a new time and age. So you got to change and adapt to what's happening. What do you think, John?
It's like a new millennium.
Is he woke?
It's like the way that I came up, and I respect all my Berry Farm homies, because not once have I ever been pushed any drugs or anything. They got new cars, new shoes, new sweatsuits. I'm like, man, I want that. They wouldn't give it to me. Nah, go ahead in the swimming pool, man. Go ahead and run track. Go ahead and hoop. Go ahead and do that. But now it's like, it's a good thing, it's a curse sometimes. But I respect that. And like now, I respect the kids that come up now, because it's like they more like house by it. It's like they can get anything they have access to now. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, father shoes. I got screws in my feet right now from Douglas Junior High, 1985 championship game, H.D. Wilson Junior High. Douglas Junior High against Langley. They come out with Air Force Ones on when I got on some Chuck Taylors and Dr. J. Jones. Not the level one. Snapper, you know I'm talking about Snapper. Yeah, I got a screw in my feet right now. But like I say, the kids right now today, we need to get a hold of them, man, and just teach them the right way. I got stories, man. I got plenty of them, man. Plenty of them.
so let me say, let me go into the role models. Who were your basketball heroes growing up? You know what I'm saying? Like, who are some of the people that you felt like made an impact on your approach to the game or your life?
John, you go first. I gotta think.
That's a good one.
Because
that's a good one.
Like I said, it's kind of hard for me because when I came up, I can say that I actually I might like now. Now you guys have videos and stuff like that. Back then, the playoff games was on 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, going all the way to 1 o'clock in the morning, because that West Coast was different from over here. So now they have them play earlier now, where the games can be more conducive to guys on the East Coast to watch. but back then they didn't. So you would watch basketball, and you might see a nice move, and then you go back the next day and try to, imitate that move. So, I mean, to me, it's kind of hard. I mean, I had guys that I thought were good, but I can't say I had a hero. I can't say. Honestly, I can't say I had a hero. I just seen guys that made plays, and I tried like that guy's good. That guy's what's his name? I mean, but I never had a guy that I said, he's the best. Now if we talking about doing my era completely coming up as far as me being a fan of basketball, I mean, hands down I know for me it's Michael Jordan.
Mike.
I mean, y'all like LeBron. LeBron a great player, but because the reason why I choose Mike is because everybody in the building knew who was getting the basketball, and they know who was shooting the basketball. So he gonna live and will die off that situation, So I mean, that to me, that what made him great to me. But I mean, you had your Magic Johnson, you had your Dr. J's, some guys who like guys that dunk, they like Darryl Dawkins, stuff like that. But I can say really back then, like now today. Okay, let me give you this example. Like now today, you guys play a sport all year long. Back then, you played a sport in season. So it was kind of hard to lock. You might play baseball during baseball season. Then you go play basketball during basketball season. Then you might run track, you might swim, but it was during the season. It wasn't all year long like sports are now, where you play one sport, you locking in that sport and be good at that sport. To me, so that's why it's so difficult to be good at something. You know what I mean?
What you got, Jig, online?
They said that's the gunner mentality.
Yeah, I am a gunner. Pretty much. Now, I'm going to choose me. So I made them facts.
Yeah, that's why he ain't picking LeBron.
Fuck LeBron.
I'm right with you, Slim.
Fuck LeBron.
They might
MJ all day.
shoot that
They
ball.
said whoever this is, though, they said they coming at 9.
Oh, yeah. Okay. We wait.
The chicken.
And even with that question that you said, right?
Yeah.
It's like you have, like when you young coming up.
Yeah.
Like me coming up down the farm was young, Kento.
Yeah.
Kenneth Newton.
Yeah, Newton.
I ain't know he was that old though.
Oh, Newton, yeah.
All my
Newton
friends
always
born
talk.
in
Was
66.
Newton really that like?
Nah, I used to jump off the stage to dunk. He used to jump in Bernie Elementary, he's dunking regular. I'm jumping off the
Newton
stage.
said he was dunking. Hey, oh. Yeah.
Okay. That's Paul.
No, we good. We live, baby. Good.
Man, I gotta take my dingo off for a minute. I'm dynamite tonight, y'all. Hello.
So you saying Newton was?
I'm saying Newton was coming up when I was young.
Yeah.
But as I got older, you intense. You always watch Mike. So I used to watch Come Fly With Me. All them Herbo days I played, I watched that video before I went to see going and played, man. I didn't want to be like Mike.
Yeah.
But I was something like him. I'll be right back, y'all know. I'll be right back. We popping bottles.
So, Dad, let me ask you this:
Got food, gang?
how did
I was in Puerto Rico.
how can I say this? How did the game of basketball serve
Right into the left.
as a community connected in your neighborhood? Like, how did it bring your community together? Like, how did basketball bring the community together?
Once again, I can say that basketball now.
Oh yeah, this the jersey here. We're gonna get this to you at the end. Shout out to Uncle Sean.
Yeah.
Putting this together, man. We gonna be putting these jerseys together for y'all legends, man. You got Anacostia High School, man. DC legend right here, man. Mr. Jimmie Walker. So just wanted to make sure we get that to you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, but you say as far as a neighborhood, okay, I could say like basketball was kind of like, for me, I can't even say in a neighborhood because it wasn't that the courts were like, when you talk about a neighborhood, that consists of like several blocks.
Right.
So it wasn't like everybody played basketball. You know, I'm quite sure that is true now to neighborhoods today. So I mean, it's like I think on an individual level, basketball saves some guys from doing certain things. It gives you an outlet or understanding that you can do something different. You know what I'm saying? So, and I can say in my situation, it was like my safe haven. When stuff wasn't going right, nigga, I wouldn't hoop. And I mean, it was like a store that's always open. I could always go there. You know what I'm saying? Like I might go hoop at 12, 1 o'clock in the morning by myself, just shooting around, working on moves, just, you know, because that's all I had to do. You know what I'm saying? I hoop during the day, then at night I might go hang out for a minute. And on the nights that I ain't hanging out too late, I go back and hoop again. Then I might get up in the morning running before I can be able to hoop at a certain level. So to me, that like helped me get around a lot of stuff. Even after I got out of high school and it didn't go how I thought it should go, that was still my safe haven, or, you know, made me feel good about myself to go play basketball. And then after that, I still allowed myself to get back in school through basketball. You see what I'm saying? So who's to say that I still done some things that wasn't, you know, the right thing to do, but at the same time, I had that outlet that I said, you know, shit, let me go try this before I do that more. So I mean, like I said, it's hard to say because I don't think even now, I can't see basketball as saving a neighborhood for any, because you, like I said, you have so many dudes doing different things now. You know, like I said, you guys now, y'all have so many outlets with the video games, with the social media, and things of that aspect. So you have so many different avenues that you can travel to do the right thing. But back then, your shit, I mean, I don't want to keep cussing.
Nah, you good. We live. We good.
Yeah, but the shit is like, you know, it's still like, what can I say? It's still an option. Let me say it's still an option to, you know, help you do something different in life. Like now, even now, a kid coming up today, you can be a millionaire. What's that, Jig?
It said, man, you was fed out of high school.
He said I was what?
Fed out of high school.
Say he was fat.
Yeah.
After high school?
You supposed to say thank you.
Yeah.
This whoever said they was coming up here, I forgot what they said their name was.
I know. I mean, hey.
If I was butt.
That's butt.
Yeah,
I put on a little weight.
That's butt. Yeah.
Put on a little
Oh yeah, butt though.
But basketball allowed me to raise a lot of dudes like him.
Oh,
Price
okay,
Williams,
okay.
I raised. That's my man.
What's his name again?
But that's my man. So I know he coming up here. Yeah, that's my youngin. That's my big youngin. You know what I'm saying? But he's solid though.
Tom said sleeves on.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But hey, Slim, that's my man. You know what I'm saying? And basketball allows you to meet and link up with guys who gonna be lifelong friends.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I might not see that cat for like maybe 5-6 months, but guess what? When we get together, it's like we was just together yesterday.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Tom talking about Papa Frank.
Yeah. Tell them suck soldiers. Yeah, you know, hot nigga. But yeah. But I mean, this just allows, you know, you to meet people that, how can I say? I mean, guys out here now, you understand that most of the guys that you really, really deal with are blood. Mm-hmm. And it allows you to kind of like figure out life and figure out, you know, what's a friend and what's not a friend. You know what I'm saying? And it allows you to just become the man who you are. Because them same guys that you went through them trenches with, they're gonna be your men later on in life.
Nah, for real.
Huh?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then you gonna have them funny jokers, like Todd. That ain't really real jokers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When the rubber hit the road, them guys, they gonna help themselves. You know?
Yeah.
And I got a few dudes that I grew up with. They trying to flip stuff and say that it was interpreted the wrong way. But certain roads you don't cross if you my man. You see what I'm saying? So you can't come to me and tell me it wasn't meant that way, but that was how it's really said. You see what I'm saying? So I mean, you can't come to me and tell me, nigga, that's chocolate and it's really shit.
Yeah.
And then apologize. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of niggas talk because they got a set of lips. You know, that's just being real. And that's the way I look at it. Anybody that know me, that's the way I look at it. You know what I'm saying? So you can't come to me and tell me that's the way I meant. Nah, I'm going on what you said and how you act. You know, I see better than I hear.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, basketball, I mean, it helped me out a lot, man. It really did. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it kept me out of certain situations where I might not be here. Might not have been able to be here for y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's what basketball did for me. I can't speak on what another guy said, what another guy did, because, you know, it's probably most of these guys that may be listening ever heard me talk.
Yeah.
Because I don't do that. You know, I don't do it, you know, for no likes and nothing like that, because that ain't me. You know what I mean?
Nah, that's big. We needed to hear. We gotta hear from you.
It's called life saving.
I done said yeah, because you came out of Anacostia and I came out of Baloo. Look at how our relationship is now.
Pretty much. Al, my man.
We're gonna get to them questions and stuff at the end, man.
I don't want them to leave, man.
Listen, this is more important, the podcast piece.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they just get to listen in.
Big Al, my man.
We get to get them at the end.
Yeah.
What key life lessons did you take away from your basketball experience? You tried to pass down to like me, Jig, Jeremiah, Tease, to your kids, basically.
Diamonds on my neck, it's the golden days. Bounce back on